All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Heroes of the Storm Nexus Gaming Series Season 11. I'm your host, Sparhawk, and tonight we have a heroic division match of Kryix Tempest versus vsPhoenix Rising Esports. I want to welcome you to the stream. This should be a really exciting match to watch. Such a high caliber of play. So, both teams are sitting 3-1. So the winner tonight will advance and get themselves ready. They're just in the lobby right now, getting themselves together. So I want to welcome everybody who's following to the stream. Let me get into the map band so you can see where we're sitting. And all right, so as we can see, the coin toss was won by vsPhoenix Rising, who chose first pick. So Kryix Tempest banned Braxis Holdout and Volskaya Foundry, and vsPhoenix Rising Esports banned Battlefield of Eternity and Cursed Hollow, and Kryix is taking us to Infernal Shrines. I can't wait. Should be an exciting match. Good evening, Crafty Devil. Just letting him know that I'm ready. All right, so it looks like everybody is ready, so we'll be getting into the draft very shortly. I'm really excited to be casting a heroic division matchup. Looking forward to the fun that and the executions that they have. Let's get into the draft. And if you don't know, here's my ugly face. Welcome to the stream. So let's see what they choose to go with. We have a Hogger ban. So for point standings, both teams have 3 points. They're just getting into their games. Let me see if I can't. Yes. So this week 3 game will give one of them the advantage. So this should be an exciting match to watch. Alright, so we have Diva Hogger. Followed up with a Diablo ban. Now, Diablo can be really strong on this map, so I feel that's a good ban, especially if you don't plan on playing them with first pick. They may want to prioritize someone else in their first pick slot. I think it's time I have to shave my beard. It's getting a little too bushy. And a Medivh ban, so no shenanigans. So first pick is Uther. I wonder if that's going to be setting up main tank Uther. Thank you for the follow. Thank you very much, Crafty Devil. I appreciate it. We have a May and a Malfurion. Hey, choir boy. Yeah, exactly. Beards for life. And I live in Canada, so it is the winter time, so it's almost a necessity. It's like a part of winter clothing to have a beard. So we have Bala and Stukov. Oh, thank you for the follow. That's awesome. I appreciate every one of you. And if you are new to the stream, please leave a follow. Doesn't cost anything, and it helps me out greatly. So now we're into our ban phase. Thank you very much. So we have Leoric. So they do have the Uther and Stukov with the Vala. And a Sonya ban. So no Sonya. She's in a really good spot right now. So I can see that as a really good ban. So you have Sylvanas and Cassia. Alright, so what are the 4 or 5 picks for Phoenix Rising Esports? Oh, again, thank you for the follow. And I'm not sure why it isn't coming up on the screen. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that. With Zeratul and a Kerrigan. Wow. Have I ever been the captain of a steamboat? No, I have not. However, I will admit, I've always wanted to be. Get to wear the cool hat. Steamboat's a more touristy thing in Canada as opposed to... Oh, and a Deathwing follow-up. Wowzers. Wowzers, wowzers. This is some high-level characters. Alright, so I'll just do a quick promo for PR and then we'll get in. And alright, so we have Bridge to Death on May, Moist on Deathwing, TT Wolf E, Malfurion, Reaver on Cassia, Sylvanas on Will to Live, and for Phoenix Rising, AoE Rules on Vala, Reb on Zeratul, Aliadin on Stukov, Piemaker on Uther, and Breakwood on Kerrigan. Alright, everybody, you have to tell me, who do you feel won the draft? It's like we have 2 different comps.
Prepare yourselves for battle, heroes.
Let's just zoom out to mid. Bring up some talents for everybody. Check out. I mean, execution-wise, I think I have to give the edge to Phoenix Rising.
The battle begins in 10 seconds.
I mean, that's a semi-unorthodox comp.
5.
But if they can execute it, they're going to have phenomenal results.
Let the battle
And Kryix Tempest, they have a more standard draft, so you know it's comps like this win. That's what they're trying to do, and that's why people play it. Oh, we have a little bit of a spray going on. Uther showing some love. Oh, get a big stun, get a silence to the root. First blood goes to May, followed by Zeratul. Break was all over that Deathwing, so trade 1 for 1. Both teams now rotating down to the mid. Quickly going over the level 1 talents. We have Ice Storm for May, Dragon Soul for Deathwing, Emerald Dream, Thunderstroke, and Might of the Banshee Queen. Whereas for Phoenix Rising, we have Shadow Hunter. Oh, got a little bit of action. Give me a second. Uther's trapped. Uther is trapped with a root, however, they're going to be able to get away. AoE rules gets away. Alright, Cal drops for Vala, who's at 50 of the 160 she needs. Reactive Ballista Spores for Stukov. Wave of Light, and Fury of the Swarm. Both teams on their camps right away. I have to agree with you, Crafty. And they got their camp just a little before the other team. So it looks like the rotation is going to be for the bottom camp now, where there's 4 down there. And Bridge to Death is now in position. So I think they are going to engage into it. Kerrigan is in mid lane, with Zeratul and Deathwing up in the top lane. No, I think they were able to scare them just enough to not want to try and take that camp. And to get these siege camps, counter-pressed and start pushing in. That should buy them the time to take that if they want, but they are going for the Witch Doctor camp in the top right. Alien and Breakwood are doing that. And that's going to help during this first shrine activation. It looks like they are going to get the bottom camp now. Give up a few points. Looks like just setting up a little bit of just to slow them down from rotation. However, they're coming in a safe way. Already up to about 10. 12. It's about 15 to 5. Both Vala and Deathwing. Oh, we have a slow stun. A blind. Kerrigan survives. Vala's clearing up her camp in the bottom. Once that's done, she'll probably rotate top. No, it looks like they're just going to put some pressure. Just want to stall here. And yeah, so it looks like they're going to give up and just start pushing. They have 7s. However, Tempest has 7s as well. So they're just going to take this 4-minute Punisher and see what he can do. I am expecting probably pretty much front wall at best. I mean, forward is at best. I mean, but he should take the wall down at the minimum. Jump stun onto Uther. There goes the wall. So that part was accomplished. They are trying to get the city cup this time. Oh, focus on the Kerrigan, Malfurion root. So they get the wall and the sippy cup. And they are right away onto Phoenix Rising's camp, taking care of that bit advantage they have for the Kerrigan kill. Alright, and they are backing off, looking to try to gank this off, but Alien snips it out and is able to keep himself safe. However, now they are putting pressure on the bottom. We have 4 people down here. Is there just clearing some mid? Bottom wall is down. There's sneaking in. Does get the kill onto Sylvanas. Just in time. Both teams even in experience as we get to level 10. Now, do they want to counter push this down? What's the plan? It looks like they're going to invade without Sylvanas for 5 seconds. There's not really a lot. Oh, that's offable. They are trying to fight it. Kerrigan's coming down to match. Deathwing lands. Big root. Kerrigan gates 2. Sylvanas gets Zeratul. So blue team does take their camp with a successful land. But they do trade off 2 heroes for 1. I mean, in a way, I guess that's worth it. No, Deathwing has to trudge his way back up to the top lane. Just taking a sip of water. Bottom camp is captured. Go up to the mid. Kerrigan's working on there. And remember, like Zeratul and Kerrigan will come on. And like Stukov at 13 when he gets his root. And Kerrigan or Vala as well. At like I believe 13 or 16. And Zeratul is definitely a 16 hero, so you know, the more this goes to late game, the more dangerous Phoenix Rising Esports is going to become. Quick minion clear. Quick camp grab. They are focusing on to Breakwood. Good Rain of Vengeance, good pull-in. Cassie goes down. Beautiful play. Oh, I mean, that was so well set up. Like a worm on a hook, she just walked away and then all of a sudden turned around. Uther has completed his quest. Deathwing is in the air. I'm just curious what he took to level 7. Okay, yeah, so he took Firestorm. I like that balance. They have a 21-0 lead. Rev on the Zeratul, sneakily hiding in the back. Snowball goes out, does catch Stukov. Moist is in a bad position for Deathwing though. Deathwing goes down. A root. And the stun onto the Cassia. And the root helped the Stukov really helped get that, secure that Cassia kill. Really nice play by Reb. Alright, so at level 13, how do you guys feel the comps are playing out? Do you feel it's working out the way, like PRE starting to come online and it's just going to get scarier? Although Kryix does have the tools to stop them. I mean, can't take that from them. Like, they're already leaving the Punisher and they're looking to get a gank onto the Deathwing. He quickly backs away. Try and balance out some pressure. So right now only one Ford is gone, and that was taken by Phoenix Rising Esports with that last Punisher push. Big massive shove into May. However, they do not want to engage this fight. They feel the camp is not worth it. Looks like they're going right to bottom. No, it's not just you, Mick. Big Muff McGruff. Oh, big dive. May goes down. Big breath weapon goes out. They choose to re-engage. Everybody's getting quickly healed. So take this camp really fast. They should be able to clear it just as quickly. Yeah, I think this Uther is the X factor in this match. And now with their tank gone, they should have an easy takeover, which they do, of their camp. Reb giving vision so they can get that well sippy cup down. Down at the bottom, they're taking the wall down to balance that out. Oh, sorry, I never went over tens. Let me quickly do that. Tens, we have Snow Avalanche for May, the Bellowing Roar, Twilight Dream, Ball Lightning, Wailing Arrow, Might of the Nerezium, Rain of Vengeance, Massive Shove, Divine Shield, and Summon Ultralisk. My apologies for not going over level 10. For some reason my brain thought I did, and I didn't. Oh, we have a stun on the Zeratul. Manages to get out. Ball Lightning for the kill. Avalanche goes out just to hit anybody. May get some separation. Definitely jumps in there. Divine Shield saves the Vala. Uther in a little bit of trouble here. Uther gets crushed. So 4-man wipe. Wow, and that's what that comp will do. And they may not be able to take this shrine, so Kryix is going to have the advantage there. Quickly taking away mid-fort, just gets catapult pressure, as well as with their spear throwers, with their siege camp. Zeratul's taking top camp. They're trying to burn bottom fort as well. That's where the Punisher will be. They're just clearing this out. Shrine is active. Everybody is up. Let's see if Phoenix Rising is going to engage. I'm sure they have to guess that there's at least one, if not two, people on there. Deathling's in the air. They have to watch for this. And this is going to be a big fight. 17-16, so no talent advantage. Maybe a couple of hit points, that's about it. (19-19). Avalanche has been used. Looks like they're trying to peel them off. AoE all over Deathwing, doing poke damage. Root on asleep onto Kerrigan. 28-28 for the gem. Soldiers. Big silence. Big cataclysm. Kerrigan goes down. Piemaker's in trouble. Piemaker goes down. 2 for 0 trade. I don't think this is going to be Reb trying to run away as quick as they can. And it looks like Alien is going to back up to the keep and wait and retrieve it there. Deathwing is just bound and determined to try to hunt that Zeratul. Meanwhile, we have 3-man pushing the bottom. I like that they were smart enough to really try and bait the Punisher. That would have hurt them if no one to really take that one. And a good clear. 3/4 of the keep is still remaining. So nothing wrong with that. And right away, Kryix is taking the siege camp bottom and probably heading to theirs. Meanwhile, Deathwing has to clear top lane. Zeratul will now come online, so he's looking to kill both teams at 9-9 in kills. Just shows how closely matched these two teams are. So let's get down to the action. They did force an unstoppable. Oh, and Uther gets the kill before he just gets sent with an avalanche. Alright, so both teams at 19. 20 should be online for Phoenix Rising before Kryix Tempest. They'll probably get it. There you go. Minions. The advantage though is May should be back before the next objective spawn. And both teams are even in structures with one port remaining. Jumping in on this last fort, taking that out. 20s are online, so let's look at the 20 talents while we have time. We'll just watch what these guys are doing, taking care of here in case it's next camp. We have Black Ice, and we have Elementium Plating. Well, I'm surprised with that one. Moonlit Harmony. Oh, sorry, wrong. Phoenix Rising, Shadow Stride, Farflight Quiver. Push comes to shove, the upgrade on Bulwark of Light, and Psionic Shift. They are trying to invade this camp, and we have the upgraded Avalanche and Cascade, Arrival of a God, good talent, Astral Communion, Rock Stopper, and Bolt of the Storm. Avalanche misses, big Divine Storm. Getting Uther out of there. However, Stukov does go down. In back line, Zeratul is making work. Valagus goes down. May goes down. Uther goes down. Kerrigan goes down. Sylvanas goes down. So Reb doing all that, at least getting 2 kills, sorry, for their team. Meanwhile, though, that top camp that they weren't able to deal with because of the fight, it took the keep, and the shaman is still there, so it's not going anywhere. It could start doing core damage. I mean, the shrine is up. Deathwing's on the shrine. Looks like Reaver's coming back to take care of it. Yeah, this game is so back and forth. So I love the tactics that's being played out. Deathwing up to 5. Zeratul grabs the bottom camp for bottom camp pressure. The teams are spawning and making their way to the top. Cassia and Kerrigan will be a little behind. I mean, they do have this fort and it's still got a full wall, so giving up this Punisher other than damage-wise isn't really a super bad thing. Getting their camp as well, help give some support. And I think they're going to try and like force them to take Punisher. Zeratul is escorting the siege camp in. Typical, you know, capped at 39. Try and clear the camps. Meanwhile, Kerrigan and Zeratul doing major work. And this fort is gonna go down, I believe. Yes, it is. Good job by Rep. Man, I'm such a debate on who the X-Factor is. I mean, Punisher, Scotton. 2 keeps down, 1 keep remaining. They have Siege Camp pushing in mid. Do they have to defend this Punisher? I'm sure they'd like to defend it up top. It looks like they are going to just back away. Looks like there's a little bit of a bush party being set up.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Alright, so that fort is down. There's been some beautiful white shields in this game. Some really good avalanche. Deathwing lands right in the midst. This is a frozen Punisher. It's going to turn things off like Sylvanas does, so this should be a possible feat. Good job of keeping the Punisher distracted. Now they're trying to counter pressure. They are going to lose the keep though. That's their first keep gone. Deathwing dives out. Zeratul on him. Avalanche goes out from distance. Lightning ball bouncing away. Nice divine shield by Uther. And a really successful push by Kryix Tempest. Really well done. They were able to get that top keep down, balance out some catapult pressure, push the lane a little bit in their favor. (13-12) were the kills. We're 22 minutes into the game. Deathwing lands just to scare. Which I think is a pretty good action. I mean, if they can bait his landing, you know, he still has, it takes time and he wants to hit heroes in order to be able to get airborne. So this is going to be a fight. This is where the thing, this could be the game deciding if this fight is taken here. They are pushing PR away at the moment. Phoenix Rising just quickly going to clear that mid to deal with the bottom camp if they can. Now I'm expecting Kryix to take advantage and take this camp. It looks like Reb is heading over to try and steal this. Brakewood's going to come over. They're all going to try to head there to try and grab it. They have double camp pressure, so they're going to need to come up with something because they are pushing hard into the bottom. Sylvanas turned off the keep, so this keeps going down. However, there to a Reb again. They're able to steal away that camp. Clear. I believe the final shrine of the game is being called. Now, I could be wrong. Right. But a 24-minute Punisher in mid lane. There's still a keep for both teams, so who's to say? How is it? Both keeps look strong. They've got walls, towers to defend. I mean, this is the Alamo. All towns are up. There might have been air defense up ready now. Reb looking for some of the gank. 16-7. Definitely in the air using Skyfall. Here comes Cataclysm with an avalanche sending him the other way. Brakewood in a world of trouble. Brakewood goes down. That is 1 minute. They're still trying to push, trying to get some 30 to 26. $35, $37, $38. And then we're just going to take the last two. Meanwhile, Reb is just doing everything in his power to be able to escort, doing damage on the core. Deathwing's back to block him. Oh, I want to watch the other side, but Reb is taking on the core against Deathwing. Deathwing cannot catch him. 80%. 60, 58%. Reb's taking shots now. Dies at 55%. On the other side, Punisher's taking keep. May is trapped in there. May goes down. Big jump onto Kerrigan. Blind is closed. Kerrigan goes down again. Stukov running away, trying to get some healing. And this Punisher is going to end the game. Stukov goes. Wow. GG. What an exciting first game. And the backdoor plays by Reb. Phenomenal. Alright. Alright, so let's look at some numbers here. 100,000 healing by Malfurion. Way to go, Wolf. 69 by the Stukov. 42 by the Uther. Deathwing with 1 death. Damage-wise, we have Cassia at 66,000. Vala at 105. Man, and top siege in the game, I think, is Zeratul for Phoenix Rising at 180. Cassia at 194. And so, yeah, my MVPs. My MVPs of the game, I have to give it to Uther for PRE. And I think I have to give it to... Oh, who would I give it to? Man, May did some such good plays. I think I'm going to go with the Cassia player. Right, I think Reaver deserves it. Really good, strong Cassia. Alright, so now I'm just waiting. Let's give that to them. And it looks like the map's been decided. Alright, so our next map is going to be Tomb of the Spider Queen, which was picked by Kryix Tempest. My apologies. And it looks like we're getting right into the match. That was a really good first game. All right, let's get it back into the draft now. It was really well played. Great comeback by Kryix Tempest. I mean, they had an orthodox comp, so it definitely gave them that advantage. But I take nothing away. I mean, Uther's Divine Shields were on point. Even the 20 upgrade was so helpful. Just the Deathwing was able to use his Cataclysm to do just enough damage that the other team was, like the team Tempest was able to finish them off. And it looks like we have an Uther, so that's a respect ban, and a Hogger ban for first bans. Along with May. Medivh banned again, and May banned, so again, that's a respect ban. So first pick, Chromie. Like to see that. Chromie is really powerful on this map, especially with the time traps to give you vision of top and bottom turn-in points of the map. And we have a Joanna and a Junkrat. Wow, just lots of displacement on that team with Junkrat, that's for sure. All right, so let's see the 2-3 picks. Oh, hey, Shogun. The game sound is loud? Okay, one sec. Let me turn that down. There. That should be a little better. I'll look in game, and if the game sound is...
Hey, Spar. Hey.
Yep.
Your game sound is very loud.
In game?
Yeah, that's why we don't hear your voice really quick.
Oh, okay. I'll fix it in game.
That's make your voice not loud enough.
Okay.
I'm just coming to let you know that.
Yep. I'll wait till I get in game and adjust it.
I'll see you in a bit.
That's my friend and coach, Shogun. So we have Diva and Malfurion. I like those picks. For Tomb of the Spider Queen. So we have Leoric and Cassia. Could we see a Deathwing again? He matches up really well with Leoric. With that burning cage style. We shall see. Let's see the last two picks for Phoenix Rising. Tracer and Diablo. Alright, so to me, Tracer is the X factor in this game. And I have no doubt AoE rules is going to play a phenomenal Tracer. If Tracer's on point, they can cause a lot of damage. They have a really... I do like the draft of Phoenix Rising. However, Kryix Tempest ends with a Brightwing. And I can totally see it with the Entomb or match the Black King into the Cassia. But But I think I have to give my draft vote over to Phoenix Rising Esports. If you guys in chat want to share your thoughts, and let's get into the game. And I adjusted the game volume, so let me know if it's too quiet. I'll check the levels once we start getting into fighting. Alright, so while we're doing this, Bridge to Death on Joanna, Moist on Leoric, Wolf on Brightwing, Reaver on Cassia, Will to Live on Junkrat. And for Phoenix Rising Esports, just to bring up that, we have Reb playing Chromie, Alien on Malfurion, AoE Rules on Tracer, the Pie Maker on Diablo, and Breakwood playing Diva. It should be definitely an entertaining match. And the voices you hear in the back is my wife and them, so hopefully they're not coming in too loud. Alright, so here we go into the game. So if the volume is still too loud, let me know. Let me check my levels while we're doing this. That should be okay. So let me check my... Alright, so does the game sound a little quieter so you can hear me now? Looks like we have an engage up at the top. Big flip onto Reaver. Joanna pops Iron Skin. So is the game volume quieter, people, or is it louder now that I've adjusted? Sorry, I now have a cat that wants to be a part of the cast as well. Okay, 1 second. You should be able to hear it now. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was just adjusting the volume. And thanks for Mr. Jack likes games. I'm just hoping it's not too loud, that it overrides my harmonic voice that I'm sharing with the world. I'm only kidding. But I do appreciate everybody who tuned in tonight for these exciting matches of Heroic Division. So the score is in favor, 1-0 for Kryix Tempest over Phoenix Rising Esports. And both are pretty much even on for spider butts they need to collect. The Diva's coming up top. Trap and Vision. We are able to go that. Rotate to mid. AoE is able to get a quick turn in. Yeah, Tracer does not want to be carrying. Time stop onto Bridge to Death. Does have unstoppable. Bomb goes out. Gets pegged by most of the Chromie bombs. So a great attempt. Back up the top, pushing that lane out. 6 for both teams at about the same time. Both teams have turned in. Oh, no, they don't. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. Phoenix Rising has turned in, though. Kryix Tempest have, they're shy 1. Like Leoric's looking to try and come in and help set something up. Diva pops in. She does have her explosion. Polymorph drops it. Unable to get a flip by Diablo to bring anybody back into the explosion, but it's still a great disengage tool. Breakwood giving some vision, allowing them to do some damage. 40 gems now turned in by Kryix Tempest. Phoenix Rising at 23. So if Moist can get this turned in, they're... Oh, good. Stall by Chromie. That was pretty challenging. But they can't stall it a second time, I think. No, they cannot. First, Web Weavers go over to Kryix Tempest. And they're about 5-minute Web Weavers. So they'll do some damage. I mean, you're basically looking at walls if you push one with it. Oh, we have a flip, toss, bunch of damage going out. Brightwing heal, just keeping everybody trapped. Trap onto Diablo. Mobile traps, chasing people. Time loop. Junkrat goes down. That was a really well placed time loop. So that's going to give them, they cleared mid, not losing fort. Top. Diva's on bottom, that one looks almost dead. So this one should, they basically got the walls down on each, which is pretty successful for Web Weavers. Especially at such an early stage. I mean, taking out the walls gets you closer to taking forts. Diablo is now at 100 souls, so he is stacked. Looks like they're trying to keep Breakwood pressed into his. AoE's trying to turn in, but they are going to catch him. Polymorph. Nice escape by AoE. Really good escape there. Cassia grabs bottom siege. Diva, playing the Diva game, going to be able to get out. Breakwood's going to want to try and turn those in. Bruisers picked up for Phoenix Rising. A time loop goes out. Big damage. Oh, Piemaker in a world of trouble. Diablo goes down. Eva pops out again. Eva's still holding on to those 34 spider butts, though. Needs to figure out a way to try and sneak some of those in. Tracer chasing, doing Tracer stuff. Is going to get flashlighted. And they did manage to get their turn in. With Breakwood being able to turn in the majority of the half of his gems. So now this Web Weaver phase is basically a counter push. It'll undo pretty much what the earlier Web Weaver did. They can't push. Oh, we have Polly onto Diva. She is trapped. She is trapped, definitely trapped out. Trying to keep her alive. Oh, they can't. She's able to. I mean, she's able to stay alive. Pretty phenomenal. On to Cassia. Big stunning, big shooting. Brightwing teleports in. Big explosion separating Pi from his group. And Diablo goes down again. All the web weavers are cleared up, except the mid one, which took down the fort. The top one, yep, it's going to just die shooting his poison into nowhere. So they were able to get a fort out of the deal. So that's really good. And they do have the gems for a turn-in right away. Both teams have turn-in, that's for sure. Right away, they're trying to set up that turn-in. Chromie being a little, would love to get turn-in, but being a bait. I mean, we have 49 turned in. Unstoppable by Joanna. So they're going to need Chromie in order to get the turn in. 75 on the side of Kryix Tempest. A bit of a stall to stop 39 from being put in. Entomb goes out, doesn't do anything. Leoric dies. AoE just zipping around, putting damage out. Ball lightning. Gets Mafurian. Some damage done. And blue is going to turn in bot. And they will have the turn in. Unless we can get a stall. Oh, there we do have a stall by Chromie. Nicely done. Both teams with 49 of the 55 they need to turn in. And Diablo's back. Not quite as strong, however. Another good stall by Chromie. Reb playing really well. Really impressed. Another turn-in attempt going. And they do get their web weavers. So mid fort is a goner. Now if they get keep out of it, this could be impressive. Oh, caught and blown up. That Valkyrie came out of nowhere. Oh, dirty Reaver. Very dirty. Great play though. I mean, alright, looks like first keep is going down. Brightwing dies to Chromie. Fort is lost. That's not really a big thing. Riptire looking for someone. Doesn't get anybody. Diva's taking care of this top one. It's going to have that fort. Bottom fort's being worked on too. No one to contest that one yet. Mid is cleared. The wall's still up there. So they're trying to get the rotation to bottom. Nope. Looks like they're chasing. Polly goes out. And that one is going to launch one thing and then die. The only downside now is Kryix Tempest does not have turn-in. However, they are gathering gems rather quickly. And Phoenix Rising, they really want to get a turn-in to, again, counter push. Bruiser camp taken. Meanwhile, at the bottom, siege camp taken by Kryix. Bit of aggression being shown. Trying to push in here. AoE rules just zipping around on the tracer. Doing quite a bit of damage. So they do get their turn in. Polly onto the tracer, blind. She zips out of it, so she's being a hummingbird, flying around, just doing things. Oh, back presence. Ball lightning goes out. They're trying to separate. Malfurion dies to the ball lightning though. And Entomb goes out. 16's online for both. Diablo gets taken out of the map. Tracer's hurt. Breakwood back in his mech. That's going to help a lot. However, all the web weavers are able to push, especially top. There's a good chance he's going to take down this top fort. They do get the top fort. Mid is working just on mid wall. And bottom was cleared up rather quickly, so no real advantage there. However, both teams have turn-in. And now we're into the 15-minute mark, so this is definitely going to be an exciting fight. Both teams at level 17. Micro missiles going out by the D.Va. APOC in 11 seconds. Cassie and Tracer trading back and forth. Blessed Shield is used. That's the only alpha, and Tracer Bomb is down. Big Entomb, big Riptire. That takes out Diablo. Phoenix Rising on the back foot a little bit, trying to... Breakwood gets popped out. Does get booped in the advantage position, luckily. However, blue team will have a turn in. Oh, sorry, did I use the wrong pronouns? My apologies. Diablo up in 3 seconds. Alright, so this is going to do some work in mid. Bottom, that's a big push. And top is going to get some work. So right now they are focusing middle web weaver. The rep taking some damage. Damage going out. Luckily it just nicks the keep though. They were able to clear up the mid one without taking much keep damage. However, they can't really leave with 4 in the middle here. D.Va taking care of top. And everybody else is rotating to bot. With little Diablo, there he goes. Trying to hold mid till they can all get back together. So they did not lose a keep. Well played, Phoenix Rising. Time loop goes out. Big bomb, D.Va goes out. Polly. Mech still gets exploded on. Some damage done. Not a lot. Entomb misses. 20s come online for Kryix Tempest. Bomb is just chasing AoE all over the place. D.Va just takes the bomb, or the trap, I mean the steel trap. And they're, unfortunately, Phoenix Rising are quite a bit away from being able to capture. And they have turn-in, but they need 20s. 20s is gonna... But until they get 20s, they have to be careful with their engages. But if they could ensure a pick, that would help greatly. D.Va's trying to soak top, get that done. Chroming them. 5 in the bottom, looking at Diablo. Diablo goes down. This keep is going down, that's for sure. AoE trying to dissuade them from doing what they're doing. I don't think they can stop them though. 20s are now online, so that does give them the advantage. Little Chromie had hers. Tracer goes down. Are they looking to end here? They don't have turn-in. Joanna with the Unstoppable, doing massive damage. Polymorph onto Diva. Breakwood in a world of hurt. Trying to draw them away, but that's not going to happen. Diva goes down. This is starting to look like GG, everybody. GGs are being called. So it looks like Kryix Tempest is going to win tonight's adventure with a 2-0 domination, giving them 3 points to go ahead into the standings. So with that domination and the 3 points they're going to earn, that'll pretty much put them in top spot. So that's really impressive. 3 deaths on the entire team. Oh man, I think I have to give it. I'm gonna have to. Oh man, that's tough. That's tough. I think I'm gonna go with the Joanna. 0 deaths. That's impressive. And I am going to go with the Tracer. Or the Reb, I believe. The Chromie. For the others. Alright, let me update my map and we'll go to that score. Alright. So there we can see that the winner is Kryix Tempest, who won both their matches.
Hello.
And with me is Bridge to Nowhere. Hello, sir. Congratulations on your victory. How's your team feeling?
We're feeling pretty good, after not being able to play our first 2 games that we scheduled. It feels good to get in here and get some clean wins.
And they were beautiful wins. I mean, for game 1, Infernal Shrines, were you surprised by the comp that PR Esports brought out? Like, against you guys were more orthodox, and I loved your comp. It was a very strong basic comp for Infernal Shrines, including the Deathwing, right? So when you saw their unorthodox picks with the Zeratul, the Kerrigan, what was your team thinking?
I mean, we knew it was some characters or heroes that they wanted to play because Reb he likes playing that Zeratul with that certain teleport build. So we weren't too surprised by the fact that they ran something like that. We just really wanted to pick what was comfortable for us and just run it to how we knew how to run it. And of course, Stukov, Uther is something that's been pretty popular in the meta for a while now, just because they're both really aggressive tanks and can take damage and kind of are not aggressive tanks, but healers. And they can get away with it.
Right.
They're basically tanks at this point with their sustain and armor. But yeah, so I mean, it wasn't something that was caught us too off guard, but we knew what we needed to do, and we felt pretty good going into it.
Well, yeah, I mean, if I remember correctly, I think you gave up the first one for the first Punisher and didn't give up anyone's after that, if I remember correctly. You guys played a flawless game, and there wasn't a lot they could really do to counter you guys, because Kerrigan would dive in, and it's like you guys would just focus on her. It's like, hey, she's dead.
Yeah, we knew that the minute if we could get Kerrigan separated from her team, that we could actually punish her for that. And well, yeah, a lot of it just had to do with knowing that their comp with the Punisher is super dangerous with Kerrigan and all their follow-up CC.
Right.
So, and we knew that we were also strong with the Punisher with Sylvanas
Yes.
and the push ability that we had. So we knew that we had to, objectives were actually really important for us as part of the macro game and pushing. Getting our advantage.
Were you at all surprised when Reb tried to backdoor you guys with that with the catapults?
A little bit. I didn't. I was kind of worried that he'd be able because Zeratul with that build is kind of just another Illidan on core. You can just go back and forth between both sides and just kind of dance around the core and kite whatever damage is coming towards him. But we knew we had Deathwing back, and him by himself with a full health core and a Deathwing clearing wave, we knew we'd be fine. And with him being back, we just knew that we had to be more aggressive with the Punisher because it was so late game. But yeah, it definitely was a good call on their part if it succeeded. But unfortunately, the core, he just couldn't take all the damage that the core was pushing out, and Deathwing was back. I think if Deathwing wasn't back at that point, he actually could have ended pretty easily. So,
I would agree, right? I completely agree with that. He did have catapults who were taking some shots, keeping the minions busy, so he was laying waste. But the Deathwing call to go back was like the X factor. It changed that fight, and that was a great win you guys pulled off in Infernal Shrines. Well deserved. Talking about Tomb of the Spider Queen, what were your thoughts? You guys chose the map, so did you get who you thought you were getting? And obviously you were happy with your draft, but was there anything that concerned you in regards to the other team while they were drafting with you? Like when you first saw Chromie, but I mean, you guys came back with Junkrat, and Junkrat was just played out of his mind. Congrats to that player.
Yeah, it's something that we've played in past NGS seasons, so we're really comfortable with Tomb. The last season that we played in NGS, we actually had 100% win rate on that map.
Wow.
And a lot of it was with comps with Junkrat, so maybe I shouldn't be saying this because now teams are going to be looking for it to get rid of it for us. But
I'll try and cut this part out of the interview.
Yeah. Just play some music right now so we can get copyright strike, and audio can get disabled for us.
There we go.
But yeah, it's a map that we like certain comps on. We have a lot of comps on it. We're pretty comfortable with it. So there wasn't really anything that they were sending at us that kind of pushed us away from what we wanted to do, and we were able to execute what we had, and we did it pretty well. So it was pretty good for us.
I mean, I'm excited for you guys because with the domination, you have the 3 points, so that's going to put you currently in first place over Baby Makers with your 6 points.
Oh wow!
I think, or at least tied for 6 points.
Right. Yeah, I think we're tied with them at this point because I think it's 6. Yeah, they had 6 and we had 6.
Yeah. So really well done. I mean, I was so super impressed with how your team. What's the calmness level like on your team when you guys play? If you don't mind sharing a little bit about how your team gets together, what you practice, what you focus on, how shot calls are going. Like who is your shot caller, or does everybody have input? Stuff like that.
It's kind of a lot of the times it's kind of like group input. Raybar is kind of like our final call. Like he'll say, yeah, let's do that, or let's do this instead. But of course for team fights, I'm target calling, looking for who we want to focus in that team fight. But yeah, it is more of a group collective effort with our comms, and Wolf Tito, our support. He's also he's more of like our disengage, like lets us know like, hey, we don't have this. So it's kind of like a collective group effort. Like people have certain roles and certain calls that they make. So we just kind of do it like that, and it works out for us, and we've created pretty good chemistry with it. So
that's awesome. I do want to commend you on your tank playing. Your May was so on point. I mean, it was a pleasure and a treat to watch. I play May on occasion. So
yeah, she's fun.
She's a lot of fun. Well, I don't want to keep you too much from your team. I want you guys to go and celebrate and enjoy your victory. So if you want, you can do any shout-outs if you choose, and then we'll call it an evening. Other than great games to you.
Oh, yeah. All right, I got some shout-outs. Shout out to Kryix Esports as a whole, the organization that picked us up. Shout out to NGS for hosting a tournament so that we can play HOTS. Shout out to the casters, being you.
Thank you.
For casting us and giving us some nice commentary over our button mashing and sweat try-hard phases. Shout out to my team, all of you. You know what you're there for. Thank you all for working with me and getting this dub. Shout out to mom and dad for being there and giving birth to me. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it.
And I do want to point out to everybody in the audience that our fair person, Bridge to Nowhere, actually played in Heroes of the Dorm back in the day. So, I mean, he's been playing Heroes of the Storm pretty much since like beta, slight alpha possibly. And so, I mean, I think you brought a lot of gameplay and great knowledge to your play style tonight. I was really impressed watching you do your thing. So I want to wish you and your team the best going forward, and hopefully I can pick up another one of your matches at some point, and I can see how you guys do down the season.
All right. Well, I appreciate it.
Take care, my friend, and look
you too.
to seeing you soon.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Bye-bye. All right, everybody. So with that, again, we have a 2-0. I didn't tag that one. There we go. I want to thank you all for joining and staying tuned for the games. They're a great series. Too bad for Phoenix Rising Esports. However, I know they're a strong team, and they'll come back. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the Heroic Division does play out. I want to wish you guys all the best. And I do have another cast that I'm doing, I believe, tomorrow. Just give me 1 second. And let me confirm. Oh, no, I am done my cast for the weekend. And we played twice. We have 2 Amethyst games, so I will look to try and pick up some games for next week. But the weekend is off. I may do some replay casts. A couple of teams had asked me, so I'm going to look into that. But other than that, I want to say thank you for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you for sticking around. Have yourselves a very good evening, and I will talk to you later. Thanks. Take care. Bye.